I don't know. Talk a little bit, maybe something to fall asleep to. I heard these ASMRs or whatever they call them are popular. Trees are, they're turning colors and falling. It's 2 days before Halloween. Started wearing a jacket, and I'm not wearing one now. I think it's about normal. Sweat a little bit. Of course, I was moving around. Looks like an old abandoned camper over there. I went from a guy I knew. I think his brother's class living it to some guy. Black guy now living in it. He got on a bicycle, so maybe, I don't know, people are down on their luck. Inflation's high. I guess people gotta do what they gotta do. I checked my house. He hasn't broken into it, so I guess that's a plus. Looks like he's kind of cleaned up that yard over there for previous squatter. Now owns the land who's not paying taxes again, which eventually will just end up being another squatter in another 6 years. I think the roof of my truck is the best work I've done on it so far. She's looking pretty good. Maybe I have 2 more days off. Hopefully one of those days I'll feel like it, get out there and sand her, maybe throw some primer on her, black paint on the spots I'm working on. Other than that, she's still running great. Brakes have held up good after that debacle. I think the lifters might finally be getting a little bit worn. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe they just run out of tolerance after 12 years. I really need somebody to come in and adjust them a little bit, get rid of that little bit of that tiny racket. So, I've heard them sound worse in cars before they get adjusted. It's not enough to wipe out the lifters if they're adjusted. So, yeah. Boy, this sun is really beating down on this one spot I'm in. It's terrible. I can't even. This is hard to see anything. You know how many minutes I got. Yikes. Oh, 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Ooh, that sun's intensity is bad this year. Like super, super white. I think that's. See, I think the sun's the way I understand it. It's like kind of like a nuclear reactor, and every once in a while it gets just particles and dust from being out there. And that heats up because of the particles of dust, which makes the earth warmer and the intensity more bright, which causes, then like a nuclear reactor, or like basic mechanics, like an engine if you worked with metal, that kind of stuff. If you're heating it, cooling it, you know it's going to get to a point where it's going to want to shake it off. And then you're going to have to want it, so you're going to keep going warmer, warmer, warmer. And then doing its thing, it's going to want to shake it off, which would be expel the dust particles, and then you would go way colder. So you might move up like 1 to 3 Celsius, but then drop 4 to 5. But then it's going to take thousands of years to build back up. So anyway, right where that little building is up there, if I reminisce, that was old man Hilliard's junkyard. It was family's private junkyard, and then they had a little. Half of it was pigs, and the other half was a junkyard. Then it became a complete junkyard, and then he died, and then his son sold everything off. And apparently they didn't want the land and went to the city, and they sold it to these guys who built that miniature. It's supposed to be a miniature 1880s train station. Guess I can kind of see it. Looks way more beautiful now with the trees turning. They cleaned up the land. That to the left, I don't know if you can see the smoke or not, but that's always been the burn pit. And then I own half this block, believe it or not, right where that gravel road comes up to the burn pit. There's a tiny house there, about that that stand of trees. You go straight on this side, that mentioned train station, there was a single wide mobile home. Kind of back to the side of the road to the right, and then up there was a pig pen. Then on that lot, there's a house. This lot was a house. There's 4 houses. There's only one left, mine. Which, unfortunately, because of health, I'm going to have to. Eventually, it'll be gone too. That silver box over there, that's been put in the last 2 to 3 years. That wasn't there. And now, behind me in the woods, the Railroad Express crew vans that pick up the railroad workers, they use that for the driveway to pick up the engineers and stuff. When I grew up, that was completely abandoned. And back there was well, before it burned down, actually, it was a 1880s railroad bridge, all made out of wood. And the little train house substation foundation's still over there in the woods behind me. About the only thing I've seen out here today is squirrels. There's a lone bird there. I like that cloud formation up there too. See him flying up there. Last time I was out here, my camera freaked out. And I sound this is retarded. It's probably